definitely hot. Good. Just doing some nice carries to warm up here for the day. It's gonna be hot. I don't want to do it all, so I'm gonna make them just carry more.
I thought Matt was driving the 5-pound plates. Well, I can take the 200. Do you care if I throw these in there? Just say, I don't know, grab in your bag or something. Just.
Super nice.
Thank you.
Of course.
Good.
Yeah, 3, 2, 1. Getting this on video? Embarrassing. Hot sit.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Hey, he looks jacked. He can help. I'm just kidding.
So specifically, we brought the athletes out here, mainly Sid and Nick, as they're getting ready for Granite games. We definitely noticed last year going to Granite games that the elements were a lot of the issue. A lot of those athletes after each event would have to get into just like a cold shower and cool themselves off. So what we wanted to do was come out here to the track, hot day, kind of more middle of the day, to get them acclimated with a little bit more of the elements and that feel. Specifically today, we've got a little bit of a shuttle run. We have overhead squats, and we've got some grunt work with some sandbags. As we know, the Granite Games likes a lot of grunt work, so we want them to get used to a little bit more of the footing for those overhead squats, a little bit more of that grunt work feel, and then utilizing the field as a component to the workout.
I'm Nick. CrossFit Minnetonka is the gym that I own. I started CrossFit in 2016. This will be my 6th year? 6th, going into 7th year. So I got to make, actually it was pretty cool, I got to make the last 2018 regionals. And then after that went on to basically qualify for sanctionals and semifinals as they've all come out over the last few years. So I've been, and then just this last year being recently on the cusp of making the games. So my sports background, I was a wrestler for 5 years, hands down favorite sport. I played baseball back in the day, I played football, but definitely prided myself in wrestling a lot more. Just kind of something about the working hard and you get the results that you put in kind of thing, and no cutting corners, and it's just all on you, and that was kind of what led me into that competitive drive with CrossFit. I started doing the proven programming in 2020, the year they only had 5 athletes at the games. I saw it on Tia's shirt, and then it said Tia Toomey's programming, so I just hopped on the train and been doing it ever since.
These other movements a little bit, because I feel like that's one of those ones where it's like if we're too emphasized on the sandbag, it's going to be like just whoever moves the sandbag, and this is kind of superfluous, so I want to put a little bit more pressure on the other components. Is that good?
How long have you been doing CrossFit, Gunnar?
My first real week in CrossFit, I did the open workout 15-1, so 8 years. I retired from college hockey and then 2 weeks later did the open, so it's been constant since then. There was definitely a growing period that I needed to go through, so I'd say it took me about 2 years to feel like I was strong enough to go out and compete, and then from that point it's been full focus on being a games athlete since then.
right, we're back at the gym. Just hit that session out at the track, so the athletes are kind of cooling down, get some nutrition in. We just had Sax, Brooke test out the Mac Mile, so we got on that True Form runner, tested it out to those sandbag cleans. We have Colty over here testing out the rope climb piece. As we get moving onto it, we will have kind of more of a full day scheduled out for Sid, Gunner, Nick, Matthew. We just have a little bit of modified volume in here for Brooke and for Saxon today to just kind of start to begin that taper as we kind of move into the weekend. So this weekend we have Will and we have Paulina. So Paulina's gonna actually be coming down with me. I'm driving her down. Will is on his way right now. And then we also have Cole Grayshaver who'll be flying in, and Nick Johnson, who does most of his programming and coaching, is already down there in Knoxville, so he doesn't have to drive anywhere. Cole Grayshaver is one of our newer athletes, young, up-and-coming kid, definitely gonna crush it this weekend, looks really good on machine, so we're excited about it. We try to be ready for anything that comes up, so we don't wanna necessarily be mad about anything that might come up, like we haven't touched it. We looked at all these workouts and we've hit a lot of very similar pieces over the last couple weeks, so it's really nice to see the programming kind of come together. We like what we see both from Syndicate and from Mac.